Hello and welcome to another episode of No Load Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good? No load time. Obed, good to be back with you, bro.
Good to see you, sir. How's it going?
I'm doing great, doing great. My goodness, what a good week this has been for no load time. We just keep getting more and more good news. Obed, you're looking fancy.
Oh, look at
Is
that.
that merchandise I see?
Oh, maybe. Could be.
Ooh,
Who
could be
knows?
you.
Yeah. Trying to meme it up over here.
Well,
I know you have a version 1 logo shirt
I do.
that you've worn to conventions and other places, so
Yes, yes. Well, what we'll say is for those of you that are watching this live and are listening in, we've got some stuff cooking. We got some stuff cooking.
I
There's
mean,
some more substance.
you can share the news. I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, at least it is for
Yeah.
me, right?
Well, I would say I meant more so what we're doing tomorrow, but that some substance is coming from the merch. But I am gonna definitely share the news that it's out there. It's out there. If you follow No Load Time
Yeah.
on social media, you may have seen two announcements, not one, but not
Not
we
one.
got two. And we found out this week on Monday that we were approved as press members, being recognized at Tampa Bay Comic Convention. Huge deal.
Yeah.
Independent, up and coming, podcast. This is huge for us to get that recognition.
Yeah, MegaCon, get with the program.
Thank, thank you.
Had to put it out there.
It's true.
Yeah.
So Tampa Bay Comic Convention. Thank you guys for hooking us up. We will be bringing the coverage for all of you guys. We're not just taking this. Oh, it's a free ticket. Let's go. It's a fun. No, we work, we hustle to bring you guys content so you can enjoy from wherever you are in the world watching. We really appreciate the opportunity. You guys have helped us to get there. It's because of you, the audience. So thank you. And then the next bit of news is the same thing again, but with a different convention. Same thing, only different. We got Florida SuperCon in Miami hooked us up and also is recognizing us as press members. They said no as comic content creators. They said yes as press. That is an honor. That is a huge, huge honor. So we thank you guys. I know there's a lot of people that try to get into these things, and it's very, very competitive. And it's not easy to get in. So the fact that they are getting us in and really, endorsing in essence us as a media outlet, as a media platform. This is huge for us. I mean, Obed, this takes me back to the days where, a certain news publication wouldn't even use our name because we asked the question that was better than most people in the room.
We were so small and we got trampled. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And look at how far we've come. This is amazing. And trust me that, with Tampa in particular, there's an opportunity. I'm just gonna say for now, based on what they referred to me, is that I may have the opportunity to interview some of these celebrities one-on-one. And I promise you, if I get a one-on-one interview opportunity, I promise you I'll make it worth it for many of them. So please make sure you're sticking around. Tell a friend to tell a friend, because we're bringing big stuff this year. And that's all separate, everybody, from my little trip to a very small independent convention known as San Diego Comic-Con International. So this between literally the end of June all the way through the end of July, we are going to be completely slammed with great fun, great content. I'm so excited for it. I'm so looking forward to
Joel's
it.
gonna come back from Tampa Bay and then the next day fly down to Miami. And then summer he's basically gonna have like no sleep at Comic-Con.
No sleep. Like, if you remember, so if anyone watched that, I have the playlist on the channel, the YouTube channel. Like, if you watch the videos, right? So I did like daily recap videos. You watch like day one, I'm like, oh, hey, this is so nice. This is fun, right? And then like going on. By
Day
the time
three.
you get to Saturday and then you get to Sunday, dude, my voice is gone. I sound like this, like I can't speak. It's like, what happened to that guy? I didn't lose my voice because I was talking so much. I lost my voice because I was just so tired.
That's good, man. No,
It's all worth it. It's all worth it.
You are one of the ones that go for fun and also hustles, and you take full advantage of it.
Yeah.
And it's work, kinda, but it's just
I can't
you're
complain.
in the zone, right? You're doing your thing.
Yeah, hundred
Yeah.
percent,
So
100%.
yeah, and that's hopefully we can make it to some of the gaming events as well that are in
Yes,
the area. So yeah, guys, stay tuned.
more to
Uh,
come.
yeah, more to come for sure. Joe, what's up, man? How are you?
Doing real good, doing real good. So I'm. Don't worry. I've not watched a movie that came out today. I know we talked before about Fast and Furious. You and I privately. It's got
Oh
the thing.
man,
I
the
haven't seen it yet.
reviews.
Reviews are basically putting it. I don't know if you saw Rotten Tomatoes. It's basically the same as the one before,
Okay,
which because these movies are literally the same thing.
it's probably real
It's the
bad,
same
dude. That
thing.
last one was real bad.
That's what was bad. It
I
was
did
bad.
not like it at all.
Not a good time. Well, it depends on what you're there for. But the cars are cool, but you don't need a movie for that. But like Saturday, I will be going out and I will be seeing that movie. So make sure to stick around, everybody, because I will be dropping a no load time spoilers review where we'll discuss all the crazy stuff that's gonna happen in this movie. Did you
Wow.
see Obed the video with Vin Diesel on the red carpet? In Italy,
No.
where he basically leaked, hey, the studio asked
Oh
us to make this
yeah,
a two-parter,
yeah. Yeah.
and it's gonna be a
It's
trilogy.
gonna be a trilogy.
So
Yeah.
the
He
final
said that.
ride is really
Yeah.
the last
Well,
three.
so here's how disconnected I am from these movies now that I actively went out and looked for the mid credit scene because I don't care. Like I don't want to watch these movies. I went to look for it. I couldn't find it, but I found a breakdown. I was like, well, this is good enough, so it's fine. I had to know, right? I had to know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, it was a,
Oh, he's Obed's so excited. He's
I'm
so excited.
dude. It's crazy, man. So like here's the thing, right? It's like I miss this movie. This movie was an event in PR, dude. This was
Oh, I
like
believe it.
like the Mario movie. Like the PR, like everyone went to see this movie in the movie theater. I missed it, right? I got it on DVD later, watched it, enjoyed it, right? When I moved here, um and the second movie came out, I went to the theater to watch it with my wife back then. Packed theater at Universal, like, and it
Wow.
was like we were there. It was crazy, right? Um, and that movie was not good. And then I never went to see Tokyo Drift. I watched it on DVD. I really enjoyed that. That was the last one, right? I was like, I was invested, but then that second one was not. I didn't like it, so I just stopped going, and I just watched them on on DVD as they came out, and the last one I watched on HBO. So, or I guess Max now, like starting Sunday, right? Um,
Why that? Can we talk about that name change? That is a horrible name change.
it's yeah.
Okay, do you see what the slogan is? So it's HBO. Sorry, it's Max, the place to watch HBO. You remember that these people went from HBO Now, HBO Go, HBO Max to
HBO
just
Go,
Max, the
yeah.
place to watch HBO. Who signed off in that marketing
Wow, I
department?
know the place
What
to
a
watch
great idea. Let's
HBO.
drop HBO and just call it Max.
Can you imagine uh McDonald's coming in and changing their name to Burger, the place to eat McDonald's?
Right.
I was like, what the heck, dude? What are you doing?
Time, the place for no loading.
Time to play for no loads, but yeah,
Oh my goodness. You
dude.
can't, bro.
But yeah, no, I'll watch a review because I don't care
Yeah.
for this movie, so I'll just watch it.
So what's up with you though, man? What's new? What's popping?
Not much happening. Again, I had the opportunity to spend some time with a small independent game called The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. No thanks to Best Buy because the game came out on Sunday, so I was able to play like Sunday afternoon. That's when I started playing it, right? So I played for about I want to say like 2 hours total, like I want to say like 3 hours total on Sunday. It wasn't too bad. But then I played another hour yesterday. The game's real good. Like 11 out of 10. Sell your Xboxes. That game's good. The game is the real deal. I thought I went in and I was like, oh well, this is gonna be like Breath of the Wild, right? The same kind of thing. Like I had that mentality because of the trailers and whatnot. Although I had watched some of the reviews, and reviews said it's like, oh no, like this is like it is, something different. And technically, like mechanically, it is Breath of the Wild, but because they change up the power ups that you have at the beginning and they're completely different, it makes it a big deal. And I was playing this game, right? My daughter was here. Like we're playing on in this room because I have a second Switch dock here, so we docked it here and we played. Bro, I have never played a game that I've laughed so hard in playing the game because it was so much fun. Like
Oh,
I've not, it was something that has never happened before.
wow.
And we were both here and we were just like laughing our guts off, dude. It was
Wow.
freaking hilarious because you start building
Wow.
stuff. I'm sure you've seen some of the stuff that's out there.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
You
I've seen
start
it.
building things, man, and wow, dude. And it just changes everything. So if you played Breath of the Wild, right? It's definitely play it, right? If you never played Breath of the Wild, it's tough
Hmm.
because I think Breath of the Wild needs to be experienced. Unfortunately, I think this game is better. So it's like Resident Evil 4 remake. It's like the original's great. I think this remake just takes its place, and this is kind of like what happens with Breath of the Wild. This one, Tears of the Kingdom kind of takes over. Breath of the Wild has its things. They do it, and it does its things great. It's not as complex. This game is a little more complex. It has a little bit more going on. But I think that you know if you're looking for a Zelda experience, I this one's definitely a lot more story driven. There's a lot more, at least where I'm at right now. And I'm off of the tutorial area, and I did a few things out of that area. Um, there's definitely they're guiding you more towards a story, whereas the Breath of the Wild was like, here you go, do whatever you want, right? So this one's different. Um, but Breath of the Wild is kind of like Elden Ring. Elden Ring is like that. It's like, oh, you're out here, do whatever you want, right? There's points will guide you to where you need to go, but you're out here and you feel free to tackle it however you want. That's Breath of the Wild. It's kind of like the same way. This one, at least as of now, they are more like, we gotta get you through this story bit, and then we're gonna cut you loose. That's what it feels like.
Hmm.
Um, but it's good. Haven't had any technical problems. Frame rate does dip under 30 if you're losing if you're using the ultra hand, because the way that that ultra hand changes the physics when you activate it, so it does take a processing hit. But overall, it runs pretty good. Like I don't, um, it doesn't. It's not running awful. Which I've been playing Survivor. I switched it to quality mode. It's 30, but I have no screen tearing. It doesn't dip, and it feels better overall. So last weekend I played a ton of that because I was waiting for Zelda to come out. So played a ton of Survivor and played it like that, and it worked great. But yeah, no, it feels great. Game's real good. Game's real good,
That's
Joe.
awesome. That's awesome,
Um,
man. I gotta do it. Gotta do
yeah,
the first one and that.
it's really good. Again, it takes a little bit to get used to if it's your first time. It's tough, right? Because you only start with 3 hearts. You got to know what you're doing. Like even knowing what you're doing, like from Breath of the Wild, you can bring some of that knowledge over, and it still feels, it's like, okay, I can get away with this, but it does feel different. It doesn't feel. It's the same thing with different. Like you said it. It's like it. It's a word catchphrase, right? That we've come to use.
Very much.
Yeah. So, um, it is Breath of the Wild. It's Breath of the Wild enhanced, right? So, but it's not only enhanced, but it just feels different enough where I think they can definitely justify the price for it. There's like a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is like Breath of the Wild DLC." It's like, no, bro, this is it does feel different. So, yeah, fantastic game, dude.
It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
What a freaking year, bro. Oh my god. Like Resident Evil and Survivor, and then this game. I played the demo for Street Fighter. The game's real good, dude. And then Final Fantasy's coming out, and then Spider Man's coming out, and then whatever else is around, dude. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm running out of cash. That's the problem. That's the real problem that I'm having. Like I've already exhausted my allotment for the first 6 months of the year. It's like I don't know how am I gonna afford Spider Man, right? And we'll talk about the PlayStation
Well,
event later, but
well, PlayStation Sony, if you want to
it's
send us a copy for
oh sure
science
sure yeah,
purposes,
DualSense Edge. I will definitely do a
well,
review on that
yes, we'll
if
gladly do it.
if you provide. But yeah, man, it's really good. Just moving over because we both finished watching Star Wars Visions season 2. Do you wanna go through that, sir, real quick?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, last week we only talked about the first 4 episodes, and then we jumped right back in. Now we're last five, episode 5 through 9, essentially. Um, yeah, I gotta say, once you start getting into like the different episodes of the second half, like the Sith is the one that I remember being the no, not the Sith. That's what is the name of the one? Journey to the Dark
Darkhead,
Head.
yeah.
That's what it is. I just pulled it up. Okay.
That was
Yeah,
that was my
the
that was my
Dark Head.
favorite episode of the whole thing.
Yeah, that was pretty
So,
cool. That was pretty cool. I think like that was pretty cool. The Spy Dancer, that was a surprise. Bandits of Gloke, awesome. The Pit, okay. And AU's song did not move me the way I thought it would.
okay. Okay.
And I gotta be honest with you, like the whole thing overall, it's good. It's a fine second season. It still was not as good as season 1.
Yeah, season 1 was better.
Yeah,
Is that anime people know what they're doing, dude?
I'm telling you, you're right.
Also, again, to trigger the man babies, every episode focuses on a female lead.
It's so crazy
It's
because it shows like I
was
didn't
that
think of it that way because I just watch things. Like I'm not even just saying that, but as you say, I'm like, yeah, it's true.
was it a mandate? It had to be a mandate from Kennedy, dude. If you want to
Potentially.
do this, you gotta make the girl the main character. That smells like a Kennedy move, right? I don't mind, right? It's what as long as it's good, I don't care.
No, yeah,
But
totally.
it's just to point it out, right? It's like I don't want to be that guy,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's really obvious, right? That there was probably a mandate here when it comes to these episodes. But Journey to the Dark Head was my favorite episode out of the whole thing, right? Um, so Spy Dancer, it started really slow for me. Like I started looking at my phone, and I was like, oh, I was like, it was not clicking, and then something, and then it clicked, dude, and it was really good.
yeah.
Bandits of Golak was excellent.
It was good.
Like
That's the one
the
that one from India. That was great.
yeah, yeah. A lot of like cultural sensibilities in this episode. Overall, it was very good. The animation was really good on this one. It was great. I really enjoyed this episode. So the Pit was my least favorite episode, right?
Yeah,
And I think it's because it was the it was so just going back real quick to Bands of Golak. That's the only episode of the entire season that I feel could be part of the actual canon
mm-hmm.
because it does feel like a Clone Wars episode almost. It was
Yeah,
that good. It was that good. Um, yeah, the Pit was my least favorite. Like there was like there was really no like the storytelling was kind of weak on that
yeah,
episode if you ask me, right? Um, Our song, I can see where it doesn't really resonate with some people, right? For me, it did because of the father daughter thing they had going on, so it did resonate with me, right? Was it my favorite? No. Was it cute? Yeah, it was cute, right? It didn't
yeah.
move me.
Sure.
It didn't move me emotionally, but it was. I found it endearing. Um, but Journey to the Dark Side was by far, at least for me, was my favorite one out of the whole one.
Okay.
Like the fighting choreography was excellent. The way they used the force, the characters were great. Like I think overall, this one was my favorite. It was really really good. So
No, I totally hear you there. I mean, I could definitely say my least favorite already was Creature's Reach. Like it's so forgettable. And it's just the one of them in the cave and like this it just
Okay,
was very, very
you know what?
average and
Yeah,
did
I
not do
totally forgot about
anything.
that one.
The pit's not far behind there
Yeah.
as well, but definitely that one, like I even just trying to think back and trying to digest it just didn't do it for me.
Yep.
But like I think like some of the ones that were not your typical anime, they were just that visions, like I'm Your Mother and Sith, the first episode. Like those two probably stand out to me still the most. I know we talked about them last week at length, but I still think that the way that they did, but I do agree. The one that you said, Journey to the Dark Head,
Yep.
that's amazing, dude. That's a great
That
episode
was
for
great.
sure.
Those
I definitely
probably,
could see that being the best one as well.
yeah, like it was the best animated one. The more like high quality
For
production,
sure.
and yeah, overall it was definitely it was leaps and bounds over most of the other ones.
Yeah.
I really like Banzu Golok was really good. Like I
Yeah.
said, this
It's
it
really good.
could you could have put this in like Bad Batch as a side
Mm-hmm.
episode, and it would have been great,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it did feel a lot like the Filoni like animated stuff, and that was good. But
Yeah.
yeah, and but like when it goes back to like Judge Darkhead was probably my favorite, right? When you go back and you evaluate everything artistically, the Sith was leaps and bounds over like
Yeah.
artistry was you know not even close, right? And then when it comes to like the writing, I Am Your Mother was probably the best one
Yeah.
because that was really that was really good.
It
That
was
little
funny,
episode
it was
was yeah
charming, it was good.
that was it was really good. So I guess that's our sort of like overview slash review
Do
of
you think they'll
Visions.
do a third season?
I think so.
You think so?
I think
Okay.
so. I think they may move back to anime though.
I think that'd be the way to go.
I think that's the way to go. If they're smart, considering the uh, content problem that Disney Plus is having, I would have greenlit the Bunny Girl anime already as a show, like a Star
That's
Wars
what I was gonna say.
anime exclusive to. You gotta do these things right. You gotta get the video game properties. You gotta get the anime if you want people to sign up for your service. Like these are the things that are selling, right? Um, you just can't, right? I just realized today, dude, that Universal's doing a Five Nights at Freddy's movie that comes out in October.
Wow.
Another video game property, dude. And
Wow.
what's Disney doing? Like just chilling, like not doing anything.
Come on, Disney.
You guys was like, oh yeah, we're losing people. Where's the content at? But then you
Let's go make another
just like misstepping all these missteps. Yeah.
right. Remaking
Dude,
content. That's
I
all.
hope the Acolyte is good. Like I have zero faith for that show, but
I agree. That's the one that I'm the most concerned about because remember like how I said with the Joker with Joaquin beforehand, where I was
yeah.
like, either it's gonna be so amazing or it's gonna be absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about the Acolyte because when you look on paper, the people involved in it, dude,
Yeah.
it's like award-winning this and this and
Jaleel
that.
White.
All this, yeah,
It's
like
Steve
all
Urkel.
these like these people that you're like, oh, these are names. Like on paper, this should be really good, but I don't know, man. I'm with you. I have a really odd sense about this. I have a bad feeling about
Well,
this.
yeah. Yeah. Well, Joe, I got a
I hope
bad
I'm wrong.
feeling. We always had a bad feeling about Galactic Star Cruiser. Ooh. All right. So, guys, it was announced today that the Galactic Star Cruiser, the 2-night Star Wars experience at Walt Disney World, will be shutting down in September. So I don't know if we predicted this, but we did say that it was probably not doing good, and we said it for a while. We haven't talked about it in a long time, but I remember us saying that I don't know how this is going to just stay.
I predicted that they would just drastically drop the prices first. I didn't think that death was coming this soon. I thought that they would just say, you know what? Let's just like go crazy and cut these prices and then just see what happens. which to me would have been the better thing to have done. Still, I still believe. Like, I don't know I'm not an economist on Disney. I don't know all the numbers. Maybe it really just saved. It probably saved them more money just killing it now than trying to carry it on. But to me, a while ago, this is not even like anything new. They should have done this from last year. Cut that thing. I mean, it cut that thing in half. Seriously, 50%, just drastic discounts, and see what the reaction is.
Yeah.
If people still aren't coming because they just don't like it, it's obviously expensive, whatever, that's different. But it was just not affordable at all. And the
Yep.
people who could afford it, no offense, most of them probably weren't even Star Wars fans. These were like, oh, look, the kids can play Jedi. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they don't, you know what I'm saying? They're not like us, the
That.
guys who have TVs worth more than their cars and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like
Right.
these aren't the fan people that you're going after with this kind of product.
Yep. There's a. I love Star Wars.
Yeah,
I've said it before. Star Wars is my number one favorite thing ever, and I would have not spent this money
no.
even if I had it. So
If I was
I mean, if
crazy
I
bank,
mean, if I would
sure.
create like if I would be making $1,000 a day, right?
Yeah, I'm one of
Then
those
yeah,
people.
one of those people. I would sure. Why not? Why not? But me, taking either debt on or pulling
Mm-mm.
money out of my savings to go do this thing
No,
for 2 nights, dude, and then as much as I love Star Wars, dude, no, it's not. No, man.
ain't
Like
happening.
I wouldn't. It's not happening. But yeah, it's Disney has done a ton of out of touch things throughout the years. This is probably, in my opinion, the more egregious one. Like this was like really, really out of touch. Like even the rooms and the building and the experience and Captain Karen and all the other things that like I don't like how, dude. Like they're so out of touch, man. I don't know how they messed this up.
Honestly, like the only thing I thought was like, unless they invited us as press members to like test this thing out, I was like, I don't see
Yeah,
myself ever being able to go, and it's a sad thing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way and go before it closes. So yeah, R.I.P.
No.
Galactic Star Cruiser. We were hard to know you. But
What are they gonna do with the lightsabers that they were making that was supposed to be for that more so like yes, it was gonna be in the parks as a whole, but remember it was made more specifically for those people.
they're gonna sell it on the parks. I mean, they gotta.
Wow.
So I think they gotta run with that tech and then just sell them at the parks. Um, yeah, dude, it's like instead of that Captain Karen, what they should have had an animatronic of like the captain from
Star
it,
Tours?
no the from the Rice from Rise of Resistance the calamari that's on
Oh
the one color
yeah.
that's on the yeah
Akbar looking guy.
exactly yeah that's what you needed. I was like, we're going into the spaceship, doing this thing in a short cruise, and animatronic, and have them behind a glass or whatever. You don't have to have like a live character running around. It could have been just the animatronic. Um, the whole Ray Kylo Ren fight, that's fine. I don't, whatever they, they're
I
theming.
like shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're theming it, for the new, the Disney trilogy, so or the sequel trilogy. I don't care. That's fine. Whatever. But it's just the price, dude. That price was insane. And even when we got first announced, it's like, who's gonna go there? And then we said it like at the beginning, like it was booked solid for the first 2 months, and then after that, you could go anytime you wanted. And then they started cutting dates, and then look at this, like a year, not even a year later after you open, boom, they announced closure. This is pretty drastic. Like what you said, yeah, they didn't go through like the usual Disney steps. It is rather drastic from that standpoint. They're usually more conservative when it comes to like closing this sort of experience. They usually face it out, right? They start cutting back and then they start cutting back on like entertainment and then until it's gone, right? But this one like straight up, let's go ahead and close it. So Very interesting. I mean, what are they going to do with that space? What are they going to do with that building? Are they going to integrate it into Galaxy's Edge? Maybe.
They should. They should. Either you're gonna make another hotel, which could be a good idea. It just depends on what it is, or just integrate it, which would be the way I would go. Like you need to. It doesn't have to be all Galaxy's Edge. It could be Galaxy's Edge and other Lucasfilm type thing. I
Yeah.
don't know how you do it, but
Here's what
or
they
like
should.
you mentioned before, you mentioned having both, having like old and new,
Yeah.
original trilogy and sequel trilogy area.
Yeah. Here's what I would do. They have 100 rooms, right? They can still get rid of the experience, right? Um, and just do the theme rooms, and you can just still like book it as a regular hotel. It's probably gonna be booked. If you do that, it's probably gonna be booked year round. I guarantee it. I mean, because people would spend $800 a night, $1,000 a night to stay there, right? But not the 6,000. It's like it's it's ridiculous. But and even 1,000, like bro, like even $1,000 a night for that kind of room,
No,
it's very excessive.
no, it's
That's
not like you're.
that's more
Is
than
the
my
is,
mortgage, dude.
is the couch made of ultra soft pillow texture? Like I'm sorry, it's
Nah, man, not for me. Unfortunately, but yeah, what you pointed out is very unfortunate, right? Sometimes Disney goes out of their way to build this sort of experiences um for the wrong audience, right? And they kind of leave their target audience behind, and you know what are we gonna do, right? It's like, am I bummed? Kinda, but not really, because
yeah,
it's not. It stinks as a hardcore Star Wars fan that I'm not gonna be able to experience it, but at the same time, it's like whatever, dude. It's like it was fine.
right,
You
right.
know, you didn't cater to me to begin with, right? So, you get my indifference. But yeah, unfortunate. We'll see what happens with other Disney stuff, I guess. Cause oh man,
They're in the hot
this
seat.
is getting juicy, Joe. The back
Yep.
and forth is getting juicy, and I'm in for it. And you know, I am rooting for Disney. So let's see what happens when it comes to
Of
that.
course, we want Disney to win. Come
Absolutely, yeah. I don't need Disney to win. I need Kylo Ren to lose.
on.
And with that, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Joe, our old nemesis Bob Paycheck resurfaced kinda this week. There is a shareholder filing a lawsuit against him and Disney CFO McCarthy, and basically stating that they messed up the numbers on Disney Plus to hide the deficiencies. They mixed them up with other numbers, and they were not clear on what was going on with Disney Plus and the losses, and they're shifting numbers. So what's going on with that, man?
Yeah, it's a really, really bizarre story, and there's not too much clarity being given on exactly how this is going, except for the fact that we understand at its core, the Disney investor shareholders, there's a group of them that have banded together to put a lawsuit against the former CEO, Bob Chapek, who at the time of when he was CEO, they are accusing him of misleading them as investors with false information, or specifically more so hidden information. Not sure that he wasn't telling the truth, but he was hiding the truth more so. And it was specifically around the cost that it was taking for the operations of Disney Plus, because obviously we know that now they were operating in a negative as a decline over and over the last few quarters. So subscriber growth might have been at a certain rate, but the cost it took for the subscriber growth, the cost for the marketing, the cost that it took them overall just to commercialize this, in essence, Disney Plus, it was way more, it was way higher than most of the shareholders knew or knew at all. And so those extra costs that obviously were not working, obviously, because as we see now that there's a lack of growth. In fact, it's the opposite. It's the first time where quarter over quarter they've had a decrease in subscribers for Disney Plus and have really lost people. So yeah, misleading information, withholding information. That is a huge accusation. Like, the reason we bring this up is because this is pretty huge. And if I had to take a stab at it, and I'm not saying that I'm an attorney or a legal expert by any means, just commentary punditry at the moment, I'm going to say there's probably going to be a settlement that's going to come out of this, because you don't just bring up a lawsuit against a guy like this unless you have actual facts of specific numbers, and then there's obviously a base for he was supposed to have disclosed this stuff as a CEO in his reports, and he didn't. That's very huge. Withholding information from shareholders. Obviously, we know he got the boot from Disney, from the board in particular. I don't, Obit, I don't think we will ever know the exact reason. I think these people are sworn to secrecy. They've signed papers that they can't say. I'm telling you, dude, them Disney lawyers I would not mess with. I think that there's some very serious stuff there. There's a lot of rumors, about some very big stuff that are going on where he ticked off people. But if he did this with investors, withholding information, what kind of other mischievous stuff could he have been doing at the top at his time? This is why it was so desperate for Bob Chapek to say
Yeah,
bye.
yeah. I mean, not much to say. I don't like the guy. So,
Oh, he's your favorite. That's your
uh,
buddy. It's your good old pal
dude,
Alan.
Alan. Um, I'm yeah, this is gonna be settled. Like, this thing's
Mhm.
airtight. No one's saying anything. Um, yeah, like, even as much as I would like to watch the Netflix documentary on on what happened behind the scenes, we're probably not gonna get it. I don't think this thing's gonna ever. Whatever happens, probably not gonna ever be out there.
Yeah,
So, considering how Disney runs a fairly tight ship when it comes to their executives,
absolutely.
yeah, but interesting nonetheless. Yeah, I think it's gonna be settled out of court, and in my opinion, totally justified if true, right? There was always this strange, like, optimism that he would, during his
Yeah.
earning calls, like, it was very strange, right? Like, and we talked about it, right? He wasn't really genuine, so we knew that there was something happening, but yeah, it's interesting to see. But I know that at least Disney Plus seems to have some stuff coming in the near future.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got some big news coming out about some two series, one series in particular that's got a lot of love for it. Loki season 2 is announced to be coming back officially later this year. We're going to actually get it October 6th. So it's the end of the year, and then we'll also get all the episodes of Echo. They'll drop it all at once, which is the first time we've actually seen that happen
Okay.
for Disney Plus. They're gonna drop it all at one time. That's gonna be November 29th. So that will be kind of your holiday essence. Like it's not gonna be week to week, but kind of be your I imagine your holiday treat in essence to watch. And I think that's only gonna be how many episodes did they say? I think they said like 6 episodes, I think, if I remember right. I have to fact check that, but I think it's about 6 episodes. I think they said for Echo. Loki last season was 6 episodes, the first season.
Yeah.
Which it's like Obed just don't want to keep knocking She-Hulk and bringing it up for no reason. But how did that get 9 episodes to accomplish nothing? And Loki in 6 episodes, they literally went in a complete circle and then now you've got Loki season 1 in 6 episodes did more than something that we literally had to sit through 9 hours of. I don't understand.
Oh, man.
It's just insane to me. It makes zero sense. It's just horrible. So hopefully, I think Echo, it's a good strategy, dropping them all at one time. Now with Loki season 2, without going also on another tangent, but like the whole Jonathan Majors thing, allegedly they are still going to drop it with Jonathan Majors in the show. So we will see what that really looks like. I have a sneaking suspicion. Look, next month is the legal trial for or more. I don't say trial, but some more hearings.
A hearing, yeah.
Around it. And I think that it's good timing considering that July is Comic-Con. They're gonna have to say something. They're gonna have to. You're not gonna be in that room and not say a thing. There was a reason why The Flash was not shown at Comic-Con this last year. We all knew it. Like they cannot. If they said The Flash, people started booing in that room.
Yeah.
But I think with Echo, smart dropping there. I think Loki season 2 hopefully is just as good. It is a different showrunner, but the big kick out of all of this is that we will have 3 shows coming out this year. There was original reports saying only 2. And Echo just made the cut. Because we'll have Secret Invasion next month, and then we'll have to wait all the way until October for season 2 of Loki, and then Echo. So we'll get 3, as well as 3 movies.
Yeah, that's good. Like 9 episodes to achieve nothing.
Quote it, frame it, tweet it.
Wow, that was pretty brutal, man. No, I feel the same. I feel the same way. It's like we said it. How did Loki was 6 episodes, and then we had to endure 9 episodes of She-Hulk because Loki was excellent. It was probably like so far has been like my favorite Marvel Disney Plus thing. One. So yeah. No, good. I'm excited that it's coming back, and it's it looks like the wait is not. We don't have to wait a lot, so it's pretty hype. Joel, we'll talk about the PlayStation event that got finally announced for next week. We're gonna make some predictions, but before that, one game that was rumored to be on that remake was the next Mortal Kombat, and at first they said it was going to be a Mortal Kombat 12, right? That was the rumor that was going on, right? And then there was a rumor floating around early this week that the new Mortal Kombat was going to be a reboot or a remake of the first Mortal Kombat, right? Because now we got Mortal Kombat 1, which is an all new Mortal Kombat game, which seems to be a reboot of sorts, right? I'm not.
Yeah, try to explain this to me because I was trying to understand this too. Okay. Mortal Kombat 1.
So Mortal Kombat 1.
Restart, but with the same.
Not to be confused with Mortal Kombat. Right? Because there's 2 games called Mortal Kombat. The first Mortal Kombat 9 is called Mortal Kombat, and then Mortal Kombat 1 is this new game that, based on what I saw, right, and I am not. My lore understanding of Mortal Kombat is not on the same level as Street Fighter, right? I understand Street Fighter much better because it's something that I've been into, for a long time. But from what I understand on this trailer, right, this seems to be an alternate dimension retelling of the first game. Also,
Hmm.
the way the trailer is shown, it seems to me that this is a team based fighting game like Tekken Tag Tournament. So, you pick your two characters and you do your thing, and then you have an assist character. That's what they're calling a cameo character. Cameo with a K, of course. Um, that's what I can gather from the entire trailer. It looks like a very interesting spin to the first Mortal Kombat, where instead of having Raiden be the God of Thunder that brings the combatants together, Liu Kang is the God of Fire, bringing the combatants together. So it is kind of, it is basically like a an alternate universe retelling of the first game to some extent. That's what I grasped from the trailer. The two character mechanic that they have going on was very clear to me during the trailer too. And then there was more info out there. The game's coming out very soon. It's like September 14th. So, very, very soon. Um, and there's a premium edition, or one of the editions has, I don't know if you heard about this, Joe. John Claude Van Damme skin for Johnny Cage.
Wow.
So they did it. Finally, Van Damme is in Mortal Kombat.
Been
Uh,
immortalized.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know if you watched the trailer, but it looked
I
like a
did.
it looked compelling, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not a Mortal Kombat guy. I know Mortal Kombat because I've of course played it back in the arcade days, right? But it just wasn't my vibe. I never vibed with it that great. The way that I vibe with Street Fighter, of course, and with the SNK properties like King of Fighters and Fatal Fury. So um, yeah, look good. I was expecting to see this in the PlayStation event, but yeah, we got it early.
Yeah, my biggest thing was I'm glad you took time to break that down in the beginning because I'm like Mortal Kombat 1 does it basically sounds to me like they're trying to restart a new series. Which, for like this is the first Mortal Kombat of next gen, right? So
Yeah.
or her current gen basically
So
now.
so check this out, right? This year, it seems like Tekken 8's coming out this year. So we're
Hmm.
gonna get Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1,
Wow.
and Tekken in the same year.
Wow.
Like, fighting games are back. Like, they're back.
Fighting
They're
game.
back hard. And there's rumors that there's gonna be a next gen upgrade to Dragon Ball Fighters. It's been floating around.
Oh wow.
They're gonna call it like Super Dragon Ball Fighters, and it's gonna be basically the same game with extra characters and rollback netcode and a few more things. So I mean
Wow.
that's a rumor that's out there. So at this point, they can probably come back with like, oh, then there's the SNK's working on a new Goro. So there's there's a lot of fighting games coming out, dude. It's a
Wow.
great time to be a fighting game fan. Where is Marvel's Capcom? A proper MVC. Where is it? Come on, Disney. Come on, Marvel. But yeah, MK fans are quite excited for this one. It seems like reception from the fan base was very positive. So good for them. So Joe, PlayStation event next Wednesday, May 24th, and I am ready to make some predictions. The disclaimer: I have not watched any prediction videos on this thing, right? Like
Okay.
we talked about predictions right before that, based on rumors and other things that I've seen. But after this was officially announced, I have not watched any prediction videos. So if anything that I'm gonna say here happens and someone else mentioned it earlier than I did, I didn't copy it because I haven't watched any of those videos. So just wanted to put that out there. And today, Joe, I got the lightsaber of truth. As you can see,
Yeah.
this actually looks pretty good on camera,
It
man.
looks amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, this is one of the $40 lightsabers from Hollywood Studios.
Dude, it
So
looks
this is not
great.
bad. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lightsaber of truth. There you go. See, we're gonna get some hits.
Oh yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
right. So Metal Gear's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna be a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I don't know if it's gonna be a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake. I don't know if it's gonna be a new Metal Gear game. A Metal Gear game is gonna happen. That's my prediction. So you should take note because we got to talk about this next week.
I will. I will.
Joel's taking
I
note.
got you. I got
There
you.
you go.
I got you.
A Metal Gear game's gonna happen. Again, I don't know. I don't know exactly if it's gonna be remake of 3, remake of 1, new game. Uh, Revengeance 2. I don't know. I mean, we could get one of the remakes and Revengeance 2. Like Revengeance 2 has been rumored for a little bit now. Um, or maybe a Revengeance like next gen re-release. I doubt it though, but that, I mean, there's always a possibility. But that's my first prediction. Second prediction: we're gonna get something Bloodborne. More than likely is gonna be a a full, like, not necessarily like, yeah, you know what? It's gonna be a Bloodborne remake. Like a Demon Souls style full on remake of Bloodborne. And that would be amazing if that were to happen. That game is incredible. So um yeah, have that on my predictions. We're definitely gonna see Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second part of the Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy. That's already official. It's trilogy. So we will get that. Also, who's working on Metal Gear? It's gonna be one of the Sony studios. It's not
Oh,
gonna
for
be.
sure.
It's not gonna be. Well, Bluepoint is a Sony studio, right? But I think Bluepoint's gonna do Bloodborne, and I think that probably Naughty Dog or someone one of the other studios is gonna do the Metal Gear. It's gonna
Wow.
be like a big deal thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Like this is not gonna be like, oh, we hired this porting studio from, like, Norway to work on this remake. This is gonna be like legit, like AAA big budget studio doing it. That's part of my prediction.
Wow.
I mean, this is probably like the easiest prediction, right? We're gonna see Spider-Man 2. We're gonna see at least 15 minutes of like gameplay and stuff happening, right? So I know that's a big one for you. I don't know if you want to interject with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I expect the same thing as well. I also was wondering about the Wolverine game if we'd see something around that too.
I don't think so.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
I think they're
Yeah.
gonna focus on putting Spider-Man out there
Yeah.
and showing Spider-Man and making sure that the game's good and ready. And then
I'm
after
sure
that's
it is.
yeah, and then after that's done, they're probably announce Wolverine. So
Yeah.
um, what else do I have, man? What else do I have? They're gonna
Here's
announce. Go ahead.
I was say, here's the thing, like
Yeah.
the way that the exactly is worded on the blog, they say a wealth of new games and new IP are headed to PS5, PSVR 2, and this show's gonna run a bit over an hour.
Yep.
So there's gonna be a lot. This is
Yeah.
not gonna be a little bit of content. We're gonna see a lot. Like Obed's only naming a few things that he's thinking of, but
Yeah.
there's gonna be so much coming out of this.
Do you think we'll see the Slim with the external drive, with the optional drive?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think we'll see a handheld now that the Asus Ally and Steam Deck Switch are out there?
I feel bad because I like if you would have asked me this last year, I would have said yes. And I think I did predict something like that. Like,
You
oh
did.
yeah, it'd be great to come back. They didn't do it. So probably because I'm burned from them, I'm saying no.
Mm.
But because I feel like we would have heard more rumors like, hey, there's a new patent on this, a new patent on that, and devs have been sent test kits or something. I feel like you would have heard more of
There's a
that
code name
stuff,
out
right?
there. Yeah, there's a code name out there of
I
them.
feel like they're definitely working on it, but I don't know that they're ready to reveal something like that just yet.
Okay,
That's my feelings. I hope I'm wrong.
okay, I got you. I got you. All right, all right. Let's see what else. I don't think we'll see Castlevania just yet. I think, but we'll see the Metal Gear, but not Castlevania. I think Capcom's gonna show something like either something Mega Man related or a remake of one of their old like Dino Crisis, like one of their PS1 properties. So we probably see something from Capcom. Capcom has been doing really, really well. I don't know. Did we talk about it a couple weeks ago about how much money they made? They sold like 30% more games, like 41 million games in 2022.
Mm.
It's incredible. They've done so good, man. They're doing great. So, but we'll definitely see something Capcom related. Uh, let's see what else I got.
Dude, there's gonna be some random like FIFA or
Oh, we're
something
gonna
that they'll
we're
probably
gonna
say.
get we're gonna get some indie stuff that I know some people are gonna be crazy about.
A new Gran Turismo game with the movie.
We'll Gran Turismo movie DLC for Gran Turismo 7.
For sure.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of tie-in with GT7. Gran Turismo 7 is doing really well, so I can see that game having legs, and they uh, putting more to it. Oh, we can get Resident Evil 4 remake DLC. That's yeah, yep. Put that one down. I'm confident. I'm confident that we'll see that Resident Evil 4 DLC. Um, which is interesting because for Resident Evil Village, it took them a few months to show it, but I think that this one they'll probably announce it and then but not give a date just yet. So we're probably not going to see any more Street Fighter stuff. That's coming out like in 2 weeks, so we should be fine with that. Wow. What else? It's gonna be big. I think this event's gonna be big, man.
I think
It
so too.
based on it was been rumored for the last few weeks. I think it's gonna be real good. I wish that I would be able to stream a reaction, but we'll talk about it in the show. We'll go over
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
announcements. Um, Man, I don't know. Do you have anything else? Anything else that you think will happen?
So I do feel better about like you mentioned already like Naughty Dog working on like Metal Gear or something like that, right? I do think Naughty Dog will have a huge presence again, but I mean, are they really gonna? Are they really done with Uncharted? Like, are they really really done with that? Because this is the first generation that we've not had an Uncharted game, like of any kind, right? And it would be the fifth Uncharted, PlayStation 5. Sounds to me like this is something that would again, I've said it last week. I think I said it when we were talking about the rumors. People will literally sell their Xboxes to buy a PlayStation just to play Uncharted if that's announced.
Oh,
Um, I think that could even it doesn't have to even it could be one of the spin-offs, like a spin-off Uncharted or something, right? But I feel like something Uncharted would be a good move from them. We'll see on that front. For the PSVR stuff, like I think that we'll be surprised with some of the content's going to come out there. I think that their VR is going to get stepped up a lot more. They've had a lot of time, a lot of stuff cooking.
yeah.
I know Meta this year is going to be releasing a new VR headset, and also Apple is supposedly is going to be getting big into the VR world as well. I think Disney. I think Sony is also going to come to play, and they know what their other competitors are working on, and they're going to start teasing stuff that's going to be coming in later this year that will definitely keep them in that market as well. I think definitely hold out. There could be a few VR games where you go, huh? I would not. I'm not in the market for VR. I may not have been a VR guy, but all of a sudden it's not your typical VR games that might be coming in.
Yeah, I heard VR 2 is not doing that great though.
Yeah,
And
that's what
I
I'm
think,
saying.
yeah, and I think they where they dropped the ball was like compatibility with the old like PS4 VR games.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll announce it. Maybe they'll announce that all those games are now playable on PSVR 2.
Is PSVR games included in the PS Plus Extra, whatever, like one of
Sometimes
those,
they'll put one oh, and
right?
on extra.
Yeah, like in that whole catalog that they
Let's
have.
see.
'Cause to
PS
me, that would be another opportunity, right, to
Plus extra.
get people in. Like, hey, you're already paying for this yearly thing, and you also get a couple games there, and then
Explore the game's
people
catalog.
get
Let's see. I wish they can. Uh,
because to me it sounds like they're just really focusing on PS5. Like, yeah,
yeah.
you have a PS5. This is some old games, some new games,
Well,
but
let's.
will they go to another device? In essence, would be fascinating to find out.
Let's see. Well, Resident Evil 7 is on extra. That has VR support. What was there was a Batman VR, right?
There
Like an
was,
Arkham VR thing that came
yeah,
out.
Arkham VR game, yeah.
That's the only thing that this dudes have done since Arkham Knight. Like
Rocksteady,
Rocksteady.
yeah.
Poor Rocksteady, man. I still feel bad for them. They got I don't know what happened there. Let me see if that's here. Hold on. Oh, this thing's really jank. The like
Website,
the site, yeah, to look up.
yeah.
I'm just doing a quick scrub here, just to make sure they got good stuff though. Like from just
Yeah,
go just going around and looking at what the games that they have on extra. It's yeah, they have high quality stuff.
yeah,
I
it's worth it.
I don't see any of the native like VR stuff here.
So see, that would be another way to go, but like announce
Yeah,
that you're gonna include some of those things in your subscription
yeah.
model too.
They got games with
Um,
VR support, but not. I don't see any of the
You just
like
got
the
to do
native
little
ones.
incentives that are not gonna cost you that much to try and get people to get those things in their home. I'm very curious to see what's coming on that standpoint. Like, I may not be your VR guy, and I may not be necessarily always in the market for that, but I understand that there is a group of people that are very passionate. They love their Oculus, they love their
Yeah,
devices, and you need to try and get into that market instead of just letting them do their thing. They need to try and make a push and see what happens. I think still the handheld market is obviously a market they need to get into, like I just mentioned before, and I don't think they're going to really go that route.
yeah,
But I hope I'm wrong. I hope that I eat my words on it. And I'm like, oh, look, they announced this thing, next month. But I just don't have any reason to believe it right now as it stands. It's gonna be a big event. They're the first to go, right? Like they're first one up
yeah.
because Nintendo will have something, I'm sure, soon, and Microsoft should have some type of event as well between now and June.
Microsoft's is in June, and Nintendo is gonna be in September. That's when they're doing
Wow.
their thing. Yeah. So
So
we gotta
yeah,
wait for Nintendo. Nintendo we may get a direct, and
that's what I
then
expect. Yeah.
yeah, we'll probably get a direct in July, and then we'll get the event in September.
Okay.
So no man, stuff's happening. But at least that's my predictions with the my trusty lightsaber of truth.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. Those are my predictions. I will not eat a shrimp if it doesn't happen. So I want to make that clear. It's only if the new Switch is either not doesn't come out this year or not announced. I'm changing.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
altering the deal. Pray that I don't alter it any further.
All right, Peter.
Joel, that's what we got, sir. Take us home.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for sticking with us, and make sure that you stay subscribed to No Load Time. We're on podcast platforms of your choice: SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music. Find us on your podcast platform of choice. Hit that follow, hit that subscribe. We really appreciate it. Also, write a review on these podcast platforms and the podcast stores and stuff. That really helps us out, spread the word. I invite you to subscribe to No Load Time on YouTube. We've really been growing a lot there. We thank you to everyone that's been with us on the journey. Tell more people to subscribe. That's where you're going to get exclusive content that's separate from the regular podcast. Like I'm going to be doing the My Fast and Furious movie review. That's going to go on the No Load Time YouTube channel. So make sure that you go ahead and subscribe and follow us there. Also, you can follow us on social media at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. These are places where you'll see like we make these announcements like the Tampa Bay Comic Convention and Florida SuperCon, event, and also when we're gonna have new episodes dropping and all that good stuff. So make sure, and we also do some really fun polls as well sometimes, like on Twitter and stuff. So make sure you're following us on our socials. Also, you can follow us No Load Time Altogether on Twitch. No Load Time Altogether on Twitch. We really appreciate everyone following us there. We broadcast live the recordings of the podcast on that platform, so make sure you're following. And maybe we'll even have some games coming up. Summer's still going on, so we'll see what goes on there. So make sure to follow.
Yeah.
And last but not least, if you have a question, comment, feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. And maybe, just maybe, we'll even discuss what you sent to us on a future episode. Thank you so much, Obed. I look forward to being with you real soon.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you guys for joining. Guys, stay safe. We'll see you again next time.